What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you again. Taking a look at this USA Today article by Nate Davis, going over kind of an outsider's perspective, a guy that doesn't play Madden, follow Madden, and trying to understand the ratings here. First thing he brings up is Eli Manning, 76 overall. Obviously, we know two-time Super Bowl MVP, but 35th ranked quarterback. And I guess to put some name recognition out, he brings up Josh McCown, Teddy Bridgewater, both rated higher. Now, we all know Eli Manning, backside of his career, we all know he got benched last year, and that has to be some type of perspective on his rating. But at the same time, when you see it, I mean, Josh McCown, Teddy Bridgewater, you're picking a team right now. I don't know, consensus is that you're going to pick both of them above Eli Manning, and I think we all know as gamers, Eli Manning's actual attributes are probably keyed more toward what you can do on the field than Josh McCown and Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, Bridgewater might have a little bit more speed, but I don't think that you wouldn't be able to have more success with Manning as a pocket passer based on his attributes, but the overall ratings can really kind of get jaded. He goes on, talks about the speed rating. Again, this is where you're probably going to see somebody not that versed in Madden, maybe not that versed in the NFL, understands Tyreek Hill, John Ross are going to be the two fastest guys, but then it's kind of a crapshoot afterwards, and he's looking for names like Brandon Cooks, Will Fuller, Marquise Goodwin. That might just be a little bit of his inexperience showing in this article, and that's okay. But one of the most interesting points he actually makes is how much Madden loves offensive linemen. And it's interesting when we think about Clint Oldenburg, obviously has done wonders for Madden, but a lineman himself, and there's a lot of people that have made very strong cases that ever since he came on board, offensive linemen have been a little overpowered. So he goes back and he compares it to the top 100 list that the NFL channel does this summer, where obviously players and coaches vote on who they think the best players are. He brings up the top rated lineman was Tyron Smith, number 38, and how Madden actually has 3 blockers in its top 20, none of which are Tyron Smith, by the way. He's 6th in the top 28. It's very interesting to me that someone would have that take on it. And not only that, he goes on to talk about how those ratings are tied for some of the best players in the league. And I guess when you look at that list, it really is maybe catering itself toward the offensive players, the defensive playmakers, the explosive plays, the guys that score points. But to me, when I think of linemen in Madden, I don't always equate them to making a team better, because we all know animations drive so much of the game. It doesn't really mean they're going to hold a block longer. I don't need that franchise left tackle the same way I maybe would in real life, the same way Tarek Glenn protected Peyton Manning for so many years. I don't worry about that center so much the way I did with, Jeff Saturday and Peyton Manning, having that communication, having that cadence work properly, having those line adjustments, because in Madden, those things don't matter. So it even makes me as a gamer question more, why do these offensive linemen need such high ratings? Why do they actually have so much power in the game? And certainly we all know if you ever have one of them get injured, or you ever lose one of them to free agency, you can basically rotate and insert these guys around as you like. It doesn't really matter if you use a tackle as a guard or a center. Don't even want to get back into the long snapper debate we've been having the past few days. So it's interesting that all these takes that he has are a little bit contrast to what we know as gamers, but at the same time kind of shed a different light on how some of these things work, and maybe how we just look at status quo with Madden and just don't consider what other things we should be looking at. Love to know your guys' thoughts on this. Appreciate you checking it out, and I'll be back in the week with more commentary.